It is time. Hi. Anyway, welcome to the stream. So today we're gonna do the hearing system. This is gonna take me a bit of time because I need to think about how I want to do it, okay? So last time we did this fantastic we did this fantastic vision system that works, by the way. It's okay, it functions as intended, which is great. And now that we have everything that works, typically speaking, we want to be able to define the hearing system. So there are multiple things to consider. Alright, so there are multiple things to consider. So the first one is that, okay, my first monster is there, by the way. The first one is that I want the monsters to hear something. But I also want like the harmful insinuations, that's the name, sorry, to also be able to hear. Like the goal is to have all these entities that are like monsters be able to hear you from a distance. They should have a threshold that defines the sound of it defines the sound of the at which the monster can actually hear you. So if the sound is under a certain value, then it doesn't hear you. Every action should make sound, so I need to define them and then have something that sends the sound outside and to every entity that can hear the sound. And then I need to think of how I manage the sound. There are a lot of ways to do it. One way I had in mind was actually casting a ray every time the player sends the sound, and just like trying to bounce it off until it hits a monster. So, you know, like for example, I cast a ray around me, or a lot of rays around me, and then I do spam, pam, 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 and then the monster hears that. That's a solution. Unfortunately, this is a bad solution. Why? Because here what happens is you will have to have access to casting a lot of rays around you and then have them all cast together. It's a lot, like it costs a lot to do it. And I'm not even sure how I can make it so the rays bounces around without actually re-implementing it. I think there is a possibility, but it's a mess. Another solution that I can do though is actually take all of the layers that I have, all of the time map layers I have in the novel, trace an entire line between the monster and the player, for example. So all the monster's entity that can hear you, I can trace a line to the source of the sound. So all of the receiver will trace a line to the source. And then we just count the number of, so we count the distance between everything. We reduce we reduce the sound using that. So for example, if you're really far away, then the sound will be reduced by a certain factor depending on the distance. And what happens is if there is a wall in between, so we count the number of colliders, and depending on the number of colliders we have, it means we have a wall, right? And all of these walls are dampening the sound. So we need to then define like how much it dampens the sound. There's a solution. I could also put some values directly into the tile map and just say good. We have into the tile set, sorry, and just say these values are how much it dampens the sound, and then just when you trace the ray, just do whatever, and that will work. That's a solution. All of these are possible solutions that I can use. That's a solution. But yeah, I just got insulted by a friend. Fuck him. Alright, anyway. So, I just got insulted by a friend, so fuck him. Okay. Okay. So, yo. Another week here. I think the solution of tracing like a line between all the entities that can hear something and then computing the sound is a bit better, albeit a bit better for performances, albeit less interesting. Because technically speaking, you could argue that sound could be here, for example, from that distance, okay, but then it doesn't really make sense that you can not hear it there. It should be dampened because of the wall. So you could actually make it really, really complicated. My point is that I don't really want it to be so complicated because it's also something I really need to maintain at some point. And I don't think it's really useful anyway, because it's not the sound the player will hear, remember, it's the sound the monster will hear. The way the monster will work then is different, and I will surely use the sound system in Godot that might be using something like that. Probably not. Probably I would have to actually develop something. I don't want to develop something too complicated though. But yes, still we have this problem of, you know, the sound. So I think the better way is to actually take the position of the of all the entities, get the position on all of the tile sets, go on all of the tile map layers, sorry, trace a line using that's not Monotrombor, because Monotrombor for finding if a ray intersect with a triangle. That's not Monotrombor. That's what's the name of the algorithm again? Line algorithm. Bressenham line drawing algorithm. That should be selected in order to form a close approximation method to a straight line between 2 points. So yeah, because I want to use that to the tile map. I want to be able to use Bressenham. I think Bressenham exists already in Godot. Geometry 2D. Parameter for some common 2D geometric operation, which is great. Intersect polygon, intersect line, is point in circle, is point in polygon, okay. Make atlas, merge polygon, offset, blah, 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 blah. Triangulate the lone A. Okay, so we use the lone A. Triangulate polygon. Bresson line. Bresson line between from and to point. A Bresson is a series of pixels that draws a line and is always 1 pixel thick on every row and column of the drawing, never more. Example of code drawing a line between two marker 2D nodes using a canvas item draw rect. So Bresson line mark position for every pixel in that. So you get the pixel, you get the array of pixel vectors to I, which correspond to the position it is in. Is there a way to do it with Talma players directly? Because I don't really care about the pixels, I care about the tiles in that case. Let me see. Talma player, that might be Bressenham. I mean, come on. Bressenham, so line. Nope. Get cell, get surrounding cells, get used cells, get use rect. Yes, flipped. Okay, map pattern, local to map. Local to map is the way to return the map coordinate of the set containing the given local position. If local position is in the global coordinate, consider using not to call. Okay, set cell, set navigation map, set pattern. What the fuck is set pattern? Set pattern, paste the Talma pattern at the given position in the map, see as a get pattern. What the fuck is the Talma pattern? Also pattern to be copied or pasted into time maps. It's also a set of cells to help bulk manipulation of time map. I can use that to put traps. That's true. If I want to generate traps, I can. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, honestly. But yeah, okay. So, it means I will need to do it using Bressenham. But I don't think it's out because I have like the for the cells, I have the get used cells to see if it's a cell is used. I can then return. So get used cells return the position in local, right? So if the position is the same, I just pass it and just do it for every pixel in the line that I'm drawing. For Bressenham, I need to do it in parallel, but I mean, I think it's okay. Yeah. So that's maybe the solution, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually create something. So we want a scene, a new scene. It's gonna be a 2D scene because we want geometry 2D. So of course, that's gonna be the hearing. There's also a range, right? I define, right? But I don't think it's useful. Hold on. Did I define did I define a range for the monster? So knowing myself, it's already in the monster. Because navigation character, monster here. So it's in the monster directly, so I need this scene right now. Did I define can hear, true, default, okay, chase speed, roam speed, hearing threshold? I defined a threshold but not a range. Perfect, that's the only thing I need. So I want to call that hearing manager in that case, but this manager will be used multiple times, so it's okay. I want it to be connected to the monsters. Why? Because the harmful hallucinations will just be a monster, a generic monster. So the principle will stay the same. It's gonna work exactly the same. It's just gonna be not defined exactly the same, but that's it. So I want to have a navigation character, monster. So I have first monster, the states, and I want here for the hearing manager because it's gonna be a bit big and I want to have it separated, I think. So hearing manager here, and I want the hearing manager to be saved here. So yeah, that's my node, right? Yeah, I think it's okay. I think if I use it like that, it's okay. Hold on, excuse me. Okay. So I'm such a fucking dumbass. Anyway, so first thing first, with the hearing manager, I think we need to attach a script that's going to be hearing manager, of course. Extend nodes 2D. We want the one that is geometry, so for breath and hum. I want a geometry 2D, which is an object that I can import, I suppose, directly. So pretty simple. I'll get the Bressenheim like that, which is okay. That's the thing I want. So I want to navigate to characters, navigation characters, monster, hearing system, manager. And then I want the hearing manager.gd, which is my friend here. We want to define it a class name. The class name will be hearing manager, of course, because we're not monsters. We actually want to do it. We want to... The position of the pixel is on the screen, or between from and 2 point, resonate the series of pixels that draws a line that is always 1 pixel thick on every row in the column of the drawing, never more, never less. I kind of want to do it just like that. I want to check, just to have an idea. I think that's maybe the thing I want. I want to have an idea of how that work. I want the type of actions also, so let's just define that, by the way. I'm always an action type, which is gonna be footsteps. Oh, so door if you open or close the door. Switch if you open switch. Trap call, it's a call. Run. Call cat, so call cat, something like that. Trap call cat. You want to have also thing that when you call the cat it does something. Calling or just moving the cat just does that. When you move there, it's a sound. Running, door, switch, trap call, run, call cat. So at the moment it's okay. Do I have something else in my GDD? That's a question that I can't really answer. So let me check. Go in the DAO GDD. Just more. Knowing myself is not coherent. So stamina, safe, controlling the cat, death, user interface, gameplay, ground type, object types. Oh yeah, there is also distraction, right? So distraction, I think it's okay to have that. And noise system, morning, waking, opening door, running out of breath, being trapped using a distraction, running out of breath. Why? Why did I define that? Okay, so also I have the formula that I defined. I need to check it. So it's cool because I have already the formula for that. But yeah, I thought about that, which is good. You don't see it, it's on my other screen and you can't see it. Well, you can't see that, but it's fine. Okay, using a distraction. So okay, so running out of breath, I'm not sure what I was when I wrote that, but let's just ignore it for the moment. So yeah. So this gives us basically the action type we have for that. We want a signal, we want everyone to be able to connect to the signal. Yeah, the thing is, I'm thinking about it for a moment, but the hearing manager should be able to do the distance, alright, okay. The thing is, if there are multiple stuff doing the sound, alright, it means I need to connect to every new stuff getting into the scene, so I need to be able to find that fucking signal when I do that. And I can't connect the player, like, I need to connect the player to sound receive, and then I need to sound down. I need two signals. One, which is you did a sound, what is the sound? The player did that sound, because it's only the player will do that, or the cat, honestly. But yeah, both of them needs to be connected to sending the sound, but then we need people to be on the receiving end of the sound. Maybe I should actually define it as a singleton, and then your monster actually connects to it by default. Because I need to do it myself. Yes, I need a signal, which is sound received. So sound received, we want to pass the body who did that, so it's not 2D. We want to know so we want to know the body who did that, which is okay, it's non 2D. We want the type of sound. The type, which is an action type, or let's just rename that to sound type. I think it's better. So sound type. We have the position of the body, so it's good. I think we don't need more. And then receive sound. I think the name is better. And then we want send sound. So we want to send sound to everything that works. So send sound, and I want to send, so the body who did that, the type of sound, and the decibel value, so the volume of that, which could be a float in that case. And then you use the volume however you want. Maybe you don't actually use the type, because the type is used internally to actually define the volume. So you just say, that's the body who did that, and that's the volume. So source, let's just say that. So same source, so that's the source and the type. Okay, so let's just do it like that. I think it's better if I do it like that. Then we have the enum, and we can actually define each value depending on the enum. It's pretty simple. I can just have a dictionary that just gives me the information. So here that will be, and I can just tweak that. So sound, so volume by type, and I just need a dictionary. I want it to be a dictionary of sound type float. And so for sound type dot footsteps, we want the value. So I define it in decibel. Hold on a minute. Walking was 20 decibel. I mean, I can just fix them. So yeah, it's just it's fine. So it's 20 decibel. Sound type dot running. So run is 40 decibel, I think. So yeah. Sound type dot door. It's 45. Might change, by the way. It's just, you know, we'll just see how it works. And I want to see the line and how it is drawn, etc. So running out of breath, I don't care. Being trap 80. So trap call, which will be 80 decibel. So again, sound type switch that I didn't define. which is a problem. I'm knowing myself, it's because I'm a moron. So let's just say it's like a door. We can change that. The core cat also has not been defined. You know what I miss? I miss Zig way of doing just that. That's great in Zig. You can't do that here. So yeah. Core cat. The core cat will be 30, I think. More than a footstep, but not that big. Destruction is 100. So sound type destruction is 100. So we have the ID. So here it's everything. It's not in the good order though. So let's just rearrange that. That's not what I asked for. Right. So run, door, trap, course, switch. So let's just do that so they are in order. So door, switch, trap, core cat, distraction, footstep, run. Okay. So it's in order. It's just because I have a problem. I just want it to be in order. But yeah. So now that we have that, the question is, what do I do with that? This is the values that I want. I want to be able to have my fantastic equation here, which is the hearing is action. So value of the action times hearing level. The fuck is the hearing level? Action time hearing level times dampening divided by 2. Or hearing level is threshold. You hear it. No. The fuck is hearing level? The threshold of detection are used to defend the behavior of the monster. The low threshold will be used to detect the monster. Since the noise will be faint to them, the high thresholds when passed must the monster run to the location of the sound. This will be indicated to the player with an audio cue like a roar. Okay. So that's important because I defined that. The sound. So hearing level doesn't fucking make sense because I'm not explaining what it is. The level of hearing is multiplied with the sound of the action. So noise system action is possible. We have a level of hearing and 2 thresholds of detection using noise. Oh, so it depends on the monster. That's how I defined it. I defined it with the hearing level. Okay. So this is a problem because now I can't actually like compute the value directly. I need to multiply it twice actually. So let's just not consider it into that. So I just want to do action times dampening. I think it's okay. Which is the dampening that I need to compute. So I want to have a function here that will be dampening, which will take the action, which is an action type, and then it will return the hearing, which is float. So, oh no, sorry, just the distance. So the tiles, sorry, just take the tiles, which is a vector to I, but an array of vector to I. And then it returns the float because it's just the dampening, so we don't care about that. For the moment, we just return 0. So we just return 1, just because, you know, it's multiplied. Now here we want something else because yeah. So that's for the dampening, and for the hearing, we just want to do it directly in the values. So we want to do it. So in the ready, I just want to connect this sound. So receive the sound dot connect, and I want to connect to you know, on sound received, and I want this function to exist as well. So func on sound received, yeah, which will take source, which is not 2D, and the type, which is a sound type, and we want to do nothing with that. So at the end, we will actually do something. So here we want to do the tiles. So we, oh yeah, no, because on sound receive, the thing is with the dampening, we don't know which received it. Yes, because I need to know the, oh fuck, I need to be able to know. So that doesn't work, because I need to be able to know from where it's coming from. Yeah, but I mean, I can just interstate that then, so it's okay. Because I can just do that. So if I have source and destination, which is not 2D, so yourself, basically. So on soon receive, source, destination, not 2D. So yeah, let's just say emit sound. And in that case, we want to rename that to emit sound. But then we need to actually have something that connects everything together and update it, but it's okay. So answer receive, source, not 2D, destination, not 2D, type, sound type. So yeah, and here we want to have the dampening, so we want to define the destination between two stuff. So we want to have the Bressenheim, so let's just say var distance, so pixel distance in the case, or just distance, it's okay. Distance, it's not really a distance, right? It's the line, I'll just call that line. Line, which is geometry 2D, but Bressenheim line from the position of source global position to destination global position. Then I want to do yeah, I want to, okay. It's annoying because now, no, it still doesn't work. Okay, my system, I'm a moron. What the fuck do I do then? Because the thing is, I still want it to be in a way kind of agnostic. So I want to be able to say that, sorry for the microphone. I want to be able to say that, yeah, what I want to do is I want to trace the line between the two and then send the value to everyone, but then it depends on how they will implement it. I can't have this manager by default because I need to do it in a way that's like you emit the sound and then the destination is everything that is defined as a destination in the scene. I can do that actually. Yeah, actually I can actually do that. Like I can actually do that. I don't need to do the destination, but I need to do it on everything that is a destination. So I need to define a const, no, not a const, but a value that we read on scene change. That is also important. And we'll update the number of stuff that can actually hear something. So then we need to just have them, have the type of them, and just say all of that are the type we can actually use. So you're gonna use that. I have work. Sorry. And that will work because I need these nodes. I need them. I need to know which nodes I can actually connect to, and or better, I can just say for everything, yeah, I can just do it in reactive programming. I can just say signal subscribe to sound, and you just say the body, so which is what you're subscribing. So yeah, signal subscribe, easy. You just say I want to subscribe, Like let's just call that subscribe receiver, sound receiver. Subscribe sound receiver. So it's pretty simple because now we can just have a subscribe sound receiver connect, and so we're legit everywhere. So connect on subscribe sound receiver, and then I can just do it in a really reactive programming way. Actually, pretty simple. We want the body, which is node 2D void, and then what we want is we want to have var subscribers here. Our subscribers will be an array of node 2D. This array of node 2D will be empty by default because, of course, we want to do a quick check if it exists, and then we do it. So I know I can do just subscribers dot find, or I can just make a map instead. Just having a map and just say this is no, I think it's better to have a list just to maintain it. It's okay. I can just find, it's fine. I can just say subscribers dot any. So pretty simple, just say any if subscriber dot any of punk x, which is a node 2D, is x dot name. So we need a return because we can't do that. X dot name equals body dot name. Then we just return anonymous number has no static return type. That's true. It's a bool. All right. And else, otherwise, we do subscribers dot pushback our friend the body. So yeah, simple. So on subscribe. So that's just really simple. We do it every time. We won't have a lot of subscribers. That's also why I don't need it to be really complicated. So that's good because then you can actually just send the signal, say, hey, subscribe me to that, which is okay. And then when we do the emit, on sound receive, you do it for everything. So you do for sub in subscribers. We want to do the var line. So there is no destination here. We don't care. We want to do source global position, and we want to do sub global position for the line. And then we have the line. No, we want to give to the subscriber. So we want to like receive a sound. So we want to then send a signal and say you receive the signal, but depending on the person. So I can just do that. So received sound, which is the source, the destination in that case, because it's important. And you need to be aware of what is the destination, and then the volume of what you're getting, which is a float in that case. So receive sound. So we want on sound received. Yeah, so we on sound emits, on emitted sound, on emitted sound. Better. And so here we have like line, tac. So now what we want to do is we want to do receive sound dot emit, and we want to emit that to all our subscribers. So it's okay, and just say which subscriber is, because generally speaking, the subscriber will well, one subscriber wants to do the body dot connect. So Connect a param signal to a number of param callable. Optional param flags can also be added. So yeah. Oh yeah, because I also want it, like I want it to be connected. I want to tell him connect. Connect flags constant, okay. Button down. Okay. Go to the callable, okay. So in that case, I want to connect to received sound. The callable will be here, so everything is managed there, I think. Func on received sound. Yeah, no, because you need to be able to actually do the connection yourself. Oh, that's true. Because you subscribe, but then you need to actually do the... Yeah, you know what? It's okay. I think it's fine. So yeah. I'm a fan of that, but it's okay. So we want to do receive sound emit, and then we want to emit the source. So the source will be the source, in that case. The body will be the sub. And what we want is we want the volume. So the volume will be volume by type action. So just type in that case. Times dampening of line. So let's just not connect that. Let's just call that line in that case. Just line. And so yeah. And basically we have that, so then you need to subscribe to it, and then you need to also connect to the received sound, because subscribing is not enough. I wish I could actually connect them and just say, do whatever the fuck you want with that, that's your value. But unfortunately, I think it's in between for everything. So, just to know that, just gonna document that. Called, so yeah, just gonna document the signal. Emitted when an entity subscribe to the hearing manager to know if an action has been heard. You need, let's just do that. You need to also connect a function to receive sound to be able to parse, to be able to use the sound from the subscription. Emitted when a sound is received by a subscriber. Emitted when a sound is heard by the hearing manager. Simple. The type of sound to the type of sound that a subscriber can hear. The volume, so the volume of each type associated, the volume of each type. So dictionary containing the type of actions and their associated volume. The internal subscribers of the hearing manager. So that's the ready function. Function to compute the dampening depending on the distance to both entities. We don't care because this function here, unsubscribe sound. So we're using marker A, but doesn't exist marker A. So yeah, I mean, I don't, you know what, I don't care about that. It's okay. We'll do that after. So yeah, we are here. Called when a node subscribe to being a receiver of the hearing manager. We like reactive programming. Called when a sound is emitted. Okay. So source type, and then all the subscribers in source, and receive sound, and you do whatever. So you just need to be able, you just need to be sure that the sub is actually yourself. So that's the thing. So now that we have that, I still want to actually have it as class name hearing manager. Pretty simple, but it's okay. Oh yeah, no, actually no. Because now what I can do is I can do project settings, globals, because I want it to be here. So hearing manager, and we want to select it. And you know what? I'm gonna actually move it right now, just to be sure. So let's just do that. In the monsters, I have the hearing manager, and I want that to be directly a manager. So yeah, because it's not only that anymore. So yeah, so managers, so it's globals, I think. Globals manager, hearing manager, and then we have that, so it's there. So call project settings. We want to open the hearing manager in the global managers, hearing managers, and the TCN that we love. We add it directly, and now we have the scene that exists. We have the hearing manager that exists. And it's great. It's exactly what we want. It's a new global that we have, and it's always connected. So now you can always subscribe to it. You can always do stuff with it. It's fine. We want that, and everything is documented already, so it's easy to connect. So now I want to take the monster by default, and I want to have that in the ready, set a default path. I want to do hearing manager dot subscribe sound receiver. And I want to emit, just to say, hey, I exist. Sound receiver, we want to emit the body, so we want to emit self. Let's just say I exist, and then what you want to do is you want a function that actually handles. So function on received sound, because that's the thing. We want the source to be a node to D. We want the destination to be a node to D, and we want the volume to be a float. And we want to return nothing because it's okay. We will actually use the state machine for that. And so we want to do hearing manager dot receive the sound dot connect, and we want to connect on receive sound here. And as you can see, if I do that, that works. And I can just do that so it stops being a pain in the ass, and then we're okay. All right. So now that we are there, It's great. We have everything connected, and as you can see, it's pretty simple to set up the hearing manager. You just do that. You just say pass self, and that's it. I can even actually just use the function just to say like having as a static function. Just say just do it. Static func connect. So just subscribe in that case. Subscribe. And so I can actually do it there. So it's just that. So we want self to be a node to D. And we want the callback, which is a callable. And we do nothing. And kaplonk. So we want to do subscribe sound receiver emit. Can I just self inside a static function? That's true, I can just do that. Oh yeah, because it's a static function, that's my fault. Yeah, but there is only one stuff, so it's fine. So we just want to pass the callback here. So just easy. And then I can just do the same, but instead of doing that, I can just do hearing manager. Subscribe. We want to pass self and on the received sound. Simple. So we can actually connect it and subscribe to it, which is great. This pattern, if I use it more, will actually extract it to another class just to make it function. But yeah. Subscribe to this hearing manager. So yeah, hearing manager subscribe, easy, easy, easy. I love it. Set up the monster is the forming path and choose duration. So we have that. Just set up the monster. It's better to call it that to set up the monster. The next path index in the list. The next path, the index of the next path in the list to go. The array containing every position of the path to follow when idle. The player. Pretty simple. So yeah, just do that. I think when I just subscribe, so you subscribe to it, which is okay. On receive sound, we have that. And now we need to actually be able to do one thing, is that the destination is myself. That's the first thing. Like, if destination not self, which can happen, we do nothing. We do nothing. Why? Because because the on receive sound will be like for every subscriber of the hearing manager. In that case, we don't care. Like you just say, I'm not a destination. Why would I care? I'm not a destination this time. So it's okay. I'm just not gonna do it. It works. So you just say that, it's fine. Now, after this check is done, we have the source and we have the volume. So we have a threshold, I suppose, because we have a here and we have a hearing threshold. So pretty simple, I guess. Just say if you're above, like if you're below the hearing threshold, below or equal to the hearing threshold, just do something. So yeah, if volume equal to hearing threshold, we're just gonna print the source, just so we have the source of the sound. That makes sense. So yeah. Well, and then we have it. So with that, we'll be able to actually check that. So the hardest part will be doing that with Bresonam, because I need to actually convert the line of pixels to a line of tiles and then find the dampening of every time, etc., etc. So it's gonna take me a while to do that. I mean, I need to find out how to do that. But then the rest is pretty much easy, and we have something that works using reactive programming, which is great. So the ring manager works normally. Didn't test that, but okay. The monster should be able now to connect to that. Also, if you can't hear, so or you cannot hear, that you just do nothing. In the case of our first monster, they can't hear. This is a bit of a problem. This is a bit of an issue because we need to be able to hear them, but it's okay. So let's just do player here. We want our player here to be connected, and we want also the cat to be connected to that. So cat.gd. So we want both to be connected. When they do certain actions, we want to send the sound. We want to emit the sound. So yeah, that's the thing. So in the process, we have the sanity, physics process, move and slide. So every time you move, it should be your footsteps unless you're actually speeding. So I need to compute that first. Also, when you're called by a trap, normally I have also like hit, can interact, hiding, game over. Do I have trap? I don't think I do. So that's the kind of thing that I also need to take into account. On trap timer, timeout. When the player gets trapped in a trap. Okay, so I have that actually, apparently. So then call damage, call sanity, call sanity. Okay, so that's the match. Why do I have a return true? Okay, if it's I'm trapped, okay. Okay, cool. So I also need to actually add this function here. So I need to say a match. So if match trap type, just so I have that, by the way. Just we do a match again, it's okay. I want traps layers, do trap type dot call. So what are the traps type that I have? I think I have call damage, call sanity, call damage sanity. There's a better way to actually just annul that. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna close my shutters real quick because it's starting to get dark. And yeah, then I'm here. Hold on a second. I'm back. So, is there a way to make it like a bit less ridiculous? That would be great. I mean, I can just do that then, honestly. Traps layers, the trap type. Let me open a traps layer just to... There is call. So, okay, call. So, trap type call. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think it's a bit better if I just do that. Honestly, I think it's simple if I just do... So... Yeah, I'm just gonna do it there, just so I have it. I want the const here. Call trap types. Just so they are defined here. We want it to be like that. We want a trap type dot call trap type dot call damage trap type dot for sanity trap type dot call damage sanity. Not the best way of writing that. I concur, but you know, it's a way. So wow, I'd actually transform it a lot. Okay, it's fine. So now we can do traps layers dot. So that's the const. I kind of want it to be static, so it's accessible everywhere. Is the func of var after static, so I can just use const then. I can just use it like that, right? Core chop types, okay, cool. Any func x, which is traps layer trap type return all, and we want to do x equal trap type. So that's the value, not all code path return a value. Yeah, because it needs to be a return. That's my fault because we're not in Haskell. It's not graceful like Haskell, so it's okay. So now we want, so we have that, which is great. We want to say if, which happens, and then we want to do earring manager dot emit sound dot emit. And we want to say self, because we're doing ourself, right? The source and the type here will be hearing manager dot sound type dot trap call. Cool. So now it's done. Here we have the trap call. So it's done here for the traps. We want to know when we're running. So in the input move is pressing sprint. You know you're pressing sprint, but I don't want you to do that. We want you to do it at every physics process in that case. Maybe you do a little timer if necessary at some point. For the moment, it's okay. We're not gonna overdo it. So update stamina. So I don't want it to be called in update stamina. Don't want it to be called in input move either. Because then velocity is pressing sprint. Speed current sinusoidal states compute speed base speed. So I need to do it there, I think. Like, are you pressing sprint? Technically, if you're pressing sprint, you're doing it. So if is pressing sprint, then what we do is we do earring manager. Earring manager dot yeah, pressing sprint and velocity difference of vector to 0, because of course and I suppose earring manager emit sound from self, and so earring manager sound type run. All right, and if I suppose velocity is not vector 2 dot 0, then we do the same. So that time it's steps emit sound. Yeah, because I need to do emit here, so let's just do here. We want to select on d dot emit done. So yeah, we have that. That's okay. So that's for these ones. Do I need to do it again? We have the call cat, so I need to do it on the cat. Switch the door and stuff, I never did that. So I'll do them later. I think it's okay for the moment. We have that. I want to see the cat. The cat is when you call it. So get follow state with the physics process, alright. Move and slide. So the thing is more like set target. So defines the next actual target the cat should move to. So if action go back. So if you go back, then you do that and you return. Then you do that and you return, and otherwise we do the mash follow state, so you're pressing nothing. Why did I do it like that? That's such a fucking horrible way of doing stuff. That will need refactoring at some point. This is horrible. This is confusing for no fucking reason. It's just me being a dumbass. So yeah, it's okay. Emit sound, emit. So it comes from the cat, I think, because I think it's interesting. And we want to say that's hearing manager. So this time is cat input move or go back. So hearing manager dot sound type dot call cat, and we do it again. So here just copying and pasting it is fine. So we have the cat. Trap call cat. We don't have this instruction yet because it's not implemented yet. You can't use that, but it's okay. So we have pretty much everything that's supposed to work, I think. So we can actually test now. We can actually see if we have a value, and then I want to know the value in the hearing manager. So when you do unemitted sound, we have the monsters. You're supposed to hear it. So they're supposed to be under the hearing threshold for the moon. There will not be a hearing threshold. I want the source, and I want to say here volume, and then I want to put the volume, literally. So we have the info. Okay. Okay. Normally, so I'm moving, but there is no sound going off. So this is already a problem. Oh my god. I love how it just fades out of vision just ever so slightly. I'm really happy with the vision system, honestly. But yeah. Anyway. So we're not doing the unreceived sound for the monster. The monster is supposed to have that defined, right? Like you're supposed to have, yeah, you're supposed to be subscribed to unreceived sound. That's the thing. So function subscribe sound receiver dot emit self and receive sound connect callback. Yeah, you're supposed to be connected. Let's just check if it works. Done subscribing, just so we know we're there. Then I want to see. So we subscribed, that's for sure. So, okay, even, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Even like that, there is nothing. So I want to know what I did wrong. So of course I did something wrong. So here on subscriber sound receiver, subscriber any function. So that's how you know if you're put in the subscriber bin. I want to print my sub here. So print sub, just so we have the ID. Okay, so the monster is subscribed and apparently it's sending it. So it's okay. So now my question, so if the monster is sub, I think you... Oh, but I know why. Yep, I knew it. Volume 2020, 40, 40, 40. 30, 30. Okay, that works. 4. Yeah, no, it's just, it's working as intended. It's just like, you can't hear, right? Like, so if you can't hear, then yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, that's just working as intended. That's just okay. Cool. So my thing worked, which is great. But that was the easy part. That was the easy part. Now we want to do the hard part, which is actually... Sorry, I'm drinking. Which is actually tracing a line between the first monster and the player. And first already see what the fuck the line is looking. So we want to do that first. So we want the line, we have the dampening. The dampening will still return 1 because we do nothing with that. But in the end, it will do something. And here... yeah, we want something different. So here for the dampening, I want to show the line. So I'm just gonna use that. Like I'm a moron, because I think it's funny. So instead of using geometry to depression, blah, 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 we're gonna use the line here. So I'll just do that. So draw rect, vector, vector 1, color white. And then I need to do a Q redraw here, just so I see. It's not queuing a redraw. That's interesting. It's not queuing a redraw. I'm confused on how the draw function work and stuff. I'm always confused about that. Custom drawing because of 2D particle system. Oh, you can actually draw a particle system on a scope basic event pass. So even draw. Okay, it's fine. This page is so laggy when you're searching. That's maybe one of its problem, I think. Because they do it in draw here. From a 2-point, the personal line is a series of pixel. Using a series of canvas item draw records. Okay, my question would be more like draw rect. Custom drawing in 2D. The API is the canvas coordinate system, not necessarily pixel coordinate. This means that draw uses the coordinate space coordinate after applying the canvas system transform and showing you can apply a custom transform. Using draw line, you should consider the white of the line. Okay. So drawing a custom polygon, float array ready. Float array to vector array. Into our shape, we use the draw polygon and pass the points as an array of vector 2D. So in the draw, what you're doing. So what I should do is I should give the line. So just so I have an idea, I want to just get the last line. So var last line, which is an array of vector 2i, and we want to do here last line equals line, and then we want just to put the function in the function draw, so it's easier. I don't want to queue a redraw. I just want that from the line. So func draw. Up for pixel in last line. We do the pixel. And yes, I know, I'm aware of that. So yeah, let's just see. It's still not drawing it. Maybe I should actually queue a redraw in the process just so we have it. Func process delta, whatever. Queue redraw, just so we have it. It's not doing it, unfortunately. Let's try without the canvas modulate. So without the canvas modulate, it actually still doesn't work. Yeah, my god, leave me, 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 blah 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 blah. Guard. I want to see how far I can go without the cat. I'm getting sidetracked, but it's okay. Like, the camera is panning, alright? I just do that. Yeah. At some point, I need to be able to just define a radius for that. I think it's important. And some stuff. Thank you. Actually, the map, I'm trying to change it. I'm working on actually update. Oh my god. I'm working to actually updating it. So yeah, I'll do that on Sundays. So yeah, but thank you. I'm glad to have you there. So yeah, my draw is not working. I'm gonna cry. Why can't I draw? I want to draw the line. I want to see the line. Is there a line though? Maybe that's why. Can I print my last line just so I see if I have a line? Okay, I have a line. It's big as fuck, but I have a line. So since I have a line, means it exists. We have positions, yet you don't want to draw it. And that's a bit annoying though, because I really want you to be able to draw it for me, so I can see if the line exists. Yeah. I want to know if the line exists, and unfortunately, I think I can't. And this is a problem. How do I fucking draw this line? That's the only thing I want to see. I want to know how the line will be. All the way to vector CD, add math, y. Okay, so that's how they draw it with polygon and stuff. That's cool. But I don't need to cure redraw, that's for sure, because it's supposed to do it. And then it's for each pixel in the line. So yeah, I want to be able to draw each pixel in the line. That's for sure. So let's just reattach the canvas module because I don't think it changed anything. Yeah, the canvas module works. My line exists. There is always a line that is defined because Bursenheim works well, and so that's great. But we don't have the draw rectangle for the pixel. Is it because I need to use not the global position, but the position to be able to draw it? Because they use the position in the example. That's possible? No, it is not doing that. So I'm not surprised, but then there is a big problem. Because I still need the global position no matter what, because position is the position on screen, remember? We don't want the Q redraw, by the way, in the process. Let's just remove that. We have the draw. Oh, but maybe it's because nah, I mean that shouldn't be that, right? Draws a rectangle. Param field is true that it will be filled with the param color specified. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's always true. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not that. Cool. So, draws a rectangle. Param field is true. The rectangle will be filled with the param color specified. If param field is false, the rectangle will be drawn as a stroke with the param color, and param was specified. So, yeah, so draw texture rect. If param was is negative, the 2 points primitive will be drawn instead of a 4.1. This means that when the canvas is scaled, the lines will remain thin. If the behavior is not desired, then pass a positive param right like 1.0. If param materialize is true, half transparent feather will be attached to the boundary, making outline smooth. Unfilled rectangle. Okay, so we create a rectangle using a rect that we generate ourselves from the pixel and vector 1 because of position. And we have the color white, which is fine. And it's still not drawing the rectangle. So func canvas draw rec. So we're doing that in the canvas. No. It actually it worked. Yeah, no, it's supposed to work because it's not 2D. I can do that with not 2D, right? We're supposed to be able to do it. Oh, this is annoying though, because then I want to see the pretty line. I want to be able to know if the line is working and how does it look like. But maybe I can't actually do that in the quickly. That would be tragic if it's the case, because how do I test then? Yeah, how do I test that? That's tragic. I have the volume and I have the line, I have blah blah blah. That works. Normally you're supposed to cure redraw. Can I check if I'm in the draw functions? Maybe. We never know. Oh, it's never redrawn. Yeah, that explains a lot. It's never redrawn. Let's just do it there. I'm in. So it's updated. It's updated, but nothing spawns. But we're in. I'm actually Q redrawing stuff. So okay. Okay. I'm actually redrawing stuff, but nothing spawns. Nothing happens. Oh, this is sad. Oh, this is so sad. So my line exists, but it's not drawn. Why? Debug, visible path, visible collision shape, visible navigation, visible avoidance, synchronize scene change, keep debug server open, debug canvas item redraws. Okay. Yeah. So this is not helpful. Fuck. This is not helpful. I'm still redrawing, which is great, but then am I? Yeah. Okay. So this exists. We do that. We're supposed to have a draw rectangle. The draw rectangle doesn't work. What do I do now? What do I do now? Because I don't think it actually works like that. You know what? I'm gonna assume that it works because I didn't write the Bressenham algorithm. So I'm gonna assume that it works. I'm gonna remove the Q redraw. I'm gonna remove this line because we're not using it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do differently. I'm gonna actually take the line and find all of the tiles in between the lines. That's the thing. I think I can actually use them. That's what I'm gonna do. But how do I do that? Because I have multiple layers. So I need to scan all the layers in the scene and find the distance between the monster and stuff. But that's supposing that there is no empty tile in the between. There is always a layer with a tile on top. Notice also that I have a ton of shit in my level 1, because of course I do. So this is a bit of an issue. Because now how the fuck do I make it work? That's one of the problems. I need to be able to know all of the tiles that are compounding with each other, of all of the colliders somehow connected, have the line drawn from player to monster, and then having the sound. So I can compute the sound. This is really not fucking simple. So let's do something smart for change. I think I want to actually be able to yeah, no, I can't do, no, of course I can't do that, because the problem is I need some, yeah, that's a problem. I need some layers above the player and some layers under the player. That's non-negotiable. I'm forced to do that. Which is a problem. It's annoying. I'm forced to do that. That's impossible otherwise. Some might be under, some might be below. Wait. Hold on. I think visibility ordering. Z is relative to the node. Z index is relative to its parent Z index. If the node Z index is 2, then its parent's effective Z index is 3, then the node Z index will be 2 plus 3, 5. So I can use the Z index for the ordering. Yes. But everything is 0 here. So everything that is above the player should be -1. And everything that is under, like above the player, should be 1. Because the player is supposed to be 0. But then I need some granularity as well, because... Oh yeah, no, actually I can... Yeah, actually I can... yeah, no, actually I can do that. So let's try that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a long due refactoring of the level, because as you can see it's a mess. Just for the sake of having a node that contains every tile map in the level. So I'm gonna try that. So let's just add a child node just for that. I was just gonna call that a node 2D in that case because it's simple. I want this node 2D to be called the layers. So tile map layers. I want it to be there, so it's gonna be that. We want to reparent everything. So like that. I want the furniture above entities. I want the decoration. I want a traps layer. Traps layer should be furniture below entities, so it should be there. These we should have an ordering of -1 because they're below. Same I think for this one, just so yeah. Oh, like that. No, like that. And for these ones, they should be above. So they should be 1. So yeah, some time up layers. We have the player composition, we have the first monster, the bat, blah 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 blah. So it's ordered a bit better. We have the time up layers. It seems to work. It seems to be working. Is it though? Oh yeah, it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I just saw it pop in vision. My god. Leave me the fuck alone, please. The cat is... The cat is giving me vision. I like that because you can use the cat to actually have vision. That's great. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Okay. So, it's better. So, it works. At least that works. We have something that connects all of the layers for the time of layers. That's great. That's less confusing than before. God. But that's good. That's the thing we want. That would be, for example, the map of the first monster and stuff. We don't care. Hiding spot, which will be their own thing, but we don't do that at the moment. So we have that. What I want is I want to take all of these layers and compound them. Can you compound multiple layers of the timer player? Is it possible? Because I know the engine does it for me. I know that. The question will be more like, how do I force it? So navigation enable occlusion and management in quadrant size. Okay. Erase cell. Get use cell. So we can get use cell. Can I get, so if you do using time maps. Arguing time is generalized when you use multiple time player nodes when appropriate. Using multiple layers can be optional. For example, this allows you to distinguish foreground ties from background ties for better organization. Customer type periodic implementation, which allow use. Each time player knows several properties you can adjust. If enable true, the layer visible on the editor will need the project tile set, rendering. Okay, rendering quadrant size. Get the final tile map. Is it possible to get the final textual tile map? I'm not really interested in that, but yeah. You can use the viewport, but it's fine. In-depth tile map guide, tile map layer. All timeline instance, I know that. So apparently I can't. But one could argue that the only thing that matters is the terrain. Do I really want the furniture to actually be mattering that much? Yeah, I don't think I need that. In fact, I think it's pretty unnecessary. So I can just use the terrain tile as, you know, my tile. Say, okay, just get the terrain tile. I don't care. We want the terrain. And if there is no terrain, we just define by the distance. So we have a fallback worst case. I could do that for the dampening, but then I need to, so I will have the position of every pixel. So I will need to add the pixel without, so add the pixel, so I'm gonna need to use the pixel position, so then I can get the tile position on the tile map. Yes, I know. And make it work. So yeah, I think for the dampening, we're just gonna do, depending on the number of pixels, we just dampen by a value for the simple one, and then we'll do the tile map. So the way I do it when I have floor tiles and wall tiles is when floor tiles is under 50, but in that case we're going to use pixels. So floor tiles times 0, 0, 1. So I'm gonna do pixels times the size of the tile map. So in that case, it's gonna be 64 by 64 when we update it. So the value that I want to use when we are separated, which is important, will be 0, 0, 1 divided by 64. So something that is 0.0002 for the dampening effect function. So I can just do, so for the moment we just do that, I think. So number of floor tiles, so number of pixels times the value of the dampening, which is gonna give me the factor that I want. So in that case, it will be line times size, and yes, I know it's, yeah, times 0.0002. And that's supposed to give me the dampening effect, right? Hold on, I'm having... Why am I unable to? Yeah, because I'm a moron. That's why. Yeah. So we're supposed to have the dampening here. So here... I will have the volume in the output debugger, so it's okay, I can find that. Yeah, my volume is really low. It depends to the position we are in. Okay. But this is a problem because now, like, I'm next to it and the volume is wrong. Like, I'm completely next to it and the volume is absolutely fucking wrong. Yeah. So this is a problem. Already this is a problem. Can I print the line size? Line that size. So I have a better idea. So it's not a lot of pixels, but yeah. And can I print the dampening after that? So var damp, written damp, and I want to print damp just so I see it. Can I print the dampening just to be sure? Yeah, it's too small. It's really, really small. How do I compute the dampening again on my fantastic stuff? Floor ties plus that's a times dampening, but I think the way I define it is ridiculous. And that's why I'm not good at math. If I do that, what do I get? The dampening is not big. So it works somehow, but it's not that big. Okay, so if I do that, we actually get a dampening that makes sense. Cool. So that's just the pixel one. We don't want the pixel one. The pixel one is the worst case if we don't have anything. Okay, so this is negative now. I don't want it to be negative. So... I mean, it could be negative, honestly, it's fine. But yeah, so this is... I think it's okay if I do it like that for a pixel, because it gets so bad so quick. Now, that's supposed to be 40, right? So let's just do it really, really far away. Yeah, I'm really far away. And as you can see, the dampening is working. But it's just about the line of pixels we have between all of them. So here, like, it's sharing 11 decibels. It's a bit too much, in my opinion. So I can actually increase that, increase the reduction. Because I think, yeah, I just want to tweak it. So, yeah, let's just see, like, I'm supposed to be as far away as I can. You hear nothing here. So we're just using pixels, by the way. It's the pretty simple way. If we can't find the terrain, that's the point. If we can't find the terrain in the scene, that we don't do it. That's the idea. So we want to be able to find the terrain in the scene. So we need to pass in the dampening the terrain. So terrain, which is a tunnel map layer. So find... I need to get the scene tree. Get scene tree. Can you just get scene? Not found in base cell. Get scene tree. Not found in base. You can't get scene. I don't think so. Let's just do that. You can't get scene. Hold on. Get scene. I can't find the scene. Really? Get scene. No, that's just wrong. That's completely wrong, right? Like, There is no get scene tree. You can't get the scene tree. Get scene tree. Using scene tree, get tree. Oh, it's get tree. That's why. Yeah, I knew it was that. Find child, and I want to find a child, which is the pattern name, which would be terrain. So var terrain is a tile map layer. So it's supposed to be a tile map layer as tile map layer. And I need an equal, by the way. And here I want to pass the terrain. And here we want to do if terrain is null, then we return this dem. So we return that dem. So we return that. I want for the dampening, so we have that. Not a all code path, I know. Return 1.0. I want here an exported property, so export range. So the export range, I want to start from 0 because it's okay. That's the minimum. The maximum will be 1. And the increase step will be from really small value, because of course. So basically the dampening is from 0 to 1, which is okay. Can I clamp it between 0, just so we have the idea? Clamp. You know what? Actually, I think... nah, yeah, it's fine. So clamp value min max. So min 0, max 1. Yeah. Nah. I think I'm gonna do that. Demp equal that, so we want var demp, which is a float. Else we have the demp, which will be 1.0, and then we return the clamp of the demp between 0, so demp 0, 1, 4. So it's clamped just for the funsies. Here we want that to be the pixel dampening factor, which will be 0.123 0.005. So yeah, and I need a var, right? Yeah. So up here, the dampening factor used when using a pixel distance and not tile distance. So I want to see an export group, which would be pixel dampening, and I will need another export group later, which will be different. In that case, it will be not pixel dampening, but what's the name again? If it's not pixel dampening, it's tile dampening. So that's something I will do when I make the tile dampening here. So we have the dampening when the terrain is null, and when the terrain is not null, what we need is we need to compute we need to compute the number of tiles we have and which are walls and which are not. One solution is to actually define the terrain as its own scene that you can actually put stuff on, and define the tile set. Oh no, I can actually just do the tile set, right? Yeah, I can just define the tile set. So if I do tile set here, let me modify. I want to add a new element to the tile set. So this tile set is floor and wall. The tile set truss. I want to have custom data layer, then again will be dampening, just so we have the ID. It's a float. Yeah, it's a float, so we have the dampening. And now, just for the funsies, we want to select all of these, for example. And we want to do custom data dampening. So the dampening for the walls is... excellent question, I don't remember. So the wall tiles will be dampening for... So each tile will reduce sound by 1%, getting over 50 tiles. The sound is dampened by 50% for each subsequent tiles. Tiles corresponding to a wall will dampen the sound by 30%. Okay, so it dampened the sound by 30%, so dampening will be 0.3 for the wall, so everything that is considered wall. Same for that. I think these ones should be 0 actually, because these are not walls. Yeah, these are not technically walls. The dampening will be for the top one only, and so here it's 3. And these are all the soil, and the soil dampening is 0.01. So it's 0.1, I think. Was it 1%? Yeah, 1%. So we have the dampening like that. So here it's easy to know because the dampening is 3, 0.01 here. So it makes sense. We have all of the information we need. Pretty simple to do, by the way. So we can actually use that now. And that's great. That's what we want. So now we want to get all the tiles on the terrain, and then for every tile in the thing, compute the dampening each time, which is easy. And then we have it. So here we want convert pixel line to tile line. We need the terrain, which is the tile player in that case, and we want the line, which is an array of vector to I. And I think the easiest way is to actually map it to a dampening. So get dampening map, just so we have that. And so we want an array of floats in order. Pretty simple, I think. If I do it like that, I think it's better. So now we want to get, so for a pixel in line, we want to do terrain dot get used cells. So that's the first one. So var cells equals get used cells. Pretty easy. My question though is, before I continue, imagine the sound is like that. Let's just do it like that. The line will be here. It will cross multiple times. This one, this one, this one. But we're aware that it's impossible for a tile to be crossed again after it's already been crossed multiple times, right? Like, yeah, geometrically it's fucking impossible because... oh, wait. But what if you're like that? How does that work? Because here, if the line is traced like that, as a pixel, for example. Yeah, no, because we're talking about pixel, right? That's a pixel. So if the pixel is boom, 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 or boom, 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 but it can do puff, puff, puff. Yeah, it can do up, down, up, down, up, down. So I still need to be able to account for that because I don't want the tiles to be multiple time in. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't want the tiles to be multiple time in, so I need to check for it all the time. Oh, that's gonna be such a pain. So I need to do terrain dot map to local. So what it is? Map position. So local to map or global to map, I think. Global to... so what is that? So map to local, I think. It's in the position. No, okay. And so local to map is local to map. Return the map coordinate of a cell containing the given param local position. If param local position is in global coordinate, consider using node to local before passing it to this method. Oh yeah, because I need to do two local. Okay. So sorry. So you need to do not two local for every time. So I get the position of the tile, and then if it's already inside, I don't put it. If it's not, then I put it. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So I need to create a var tile line. The tile line will be a tile of array of. Can I pact it? Pact vector to array, but not vector to I. So array vector to I, which is empty. Here we want to actually map the pixel then in that case. So let's just do that. We want to map the pixel and then we do like remove the but no. Can you filter map? Is it like Rust and you can actually filter map? That would be great because I could use that. Because the duping will be a pain in the ass. Like, how do I actually like do the deduping? Oh, no, actually I can. I could dedupe by just reading the thing, keeping in the buffer my map, my vector 2i, and if my vector 2i are all the same, so if I find them, then you just discard them. You just pass them. So I can filter it like that. I can do a filtering. So let's do a map and filter. It's okay. So we can do pretty easily here. Instead of doing that, we can do line.map. We want to have a function which we'll call the pixel, which is a vector to I, and I want to return a vector to I in that case. And pretty simple. We want to return terrain dot map to local. So that's the name, right? So local to map, not map to local. Local to map in that case. The local to map, we want the local position, so we want a local pos. So to local, I think that's the name of the function. To local for the position pixel, and then we have it. So that's great. Variable cells as no static. Returns the map coordinate of the cell containing the given param local position if the param local position is in the global coordinate considered using the method before passing it to its method, see also map to local. Returns the map coordinate of the cell containing the param local position. So I don't actually need that then. Because now we have like multiple lines, I suppose. So now I want to do tile line equal tile line dot filter. So I want to have a buffer first, so dupe buffer in that case. The buffer will be an array of vector y. So if you're inside the buffer, then you don't do anything. And in the case, I think, yeah, no, I still need to do an any, but yeah. Filter, we want the func of this time, which is a tile, so which is a vector to I, and we want to return bool in that case. So we're okay that filtering is if it's even, then you keep it, otherwise you don't. So yeah, if it's true, you keep it, otherwise you don't. So in that case, I want to be able to do multiple things because it's good. So we want to say here for the function, if I return true, yeah, I know, but it works. So if dupe buffer.any here, and our any method is func dupe which is a vector to I, and we need to return bool, and we want to say tile equal dupe. Pretty simple. So if you are any of that, then you return false, so you don't keep it. Else you return true. Not all path return the value. Yeah, because here it doesn't, because I need to do a return here. That's my fault. So now if I do that, then if it's in the buffer, you return true, but you add it first to the buffer. So dupe buffer.push back our friend the tile. So we have the thing, and at the end it works. So normally we're supposed to build upon time the thing. So it will build up, and at the end we will have like a line that contains only the same size and nothing else. And when we have the dampening map, what we want to do, we want to convert it to dampening map. So now we want to return tile line.map func tile, which is a vector 2i, and we want to return a float in that case because that's important, and we want to return the value of the dampening. So to know that, the chops layer is something that uses the same system as the detection tilemap layer, and detection tilemap layer, I know I do that because I can actually get it. So to global, you need to define. So trap layers. So damage value float, so we get that from that layer. So in that case, here, fuck. So if I do that, I do it. So if I get the term of layer is functional layer, so the layer gets cell tile data, local path, get custom data. So that's how I did it. So pretty simple. I just need to have that in the terrain. So get local post, which is tile here, and we want the dampening in that case. That's the name, right? Dampening. So yeah, that's far. Dampening equals, so float, just because it's supposed to be a float. If dampening equal null, then we just return 0. Else we return the dampening. I can even do that. Return 0 if dampening equals null, else dampening. Easy. So yeah. And now with that we have the get dampening map. So here we get the dampening map. So var dampening map equals get dampening map of terrain line. And now for, so we need damp here. For local damp in dampening map, we do damp. Can I actually just do a reduce, by the way? Isn't it possible to do a reduce directly? So if I do dampening map reduce, oh fantastic, there is a reduce that exists. Method accumulator. Okay, so you can do it. Fantastic, I can do a reduce. Oh, that's great. I feel happy. So we get the dampening map, and we want to do just a sum of everything. I think simple one, right? That's what I define, right? Hold on, let me check my GDD. Float size plus 0 plus 0.03. What the fuck did I wrote here? What? So 0.15, that's okay. Float size. So float size minus 50 plus float size times 0.3 plus 0.5. Because I do it, yeah. My reduce is funny. I don't care. I'm just gonna do it easily. So it's just adding the values directly. So we just do floor size 001. So we just do the dampening times the number of time, no matter what. So we just add the dampening to that, and that will be that. So we just do func x, which is a float. We return a float and what we want. So we have okay, but we want the accumulator too. Yeah. We want the ACK, which is a float. We want that. No, we want to return ACK plus float. D plus float plus X. Easy. So you don't have a static type. No, you have it. And then I have the dump. So now, before I claim the dump, I need to print the dump just so I see it and see how bad it works. So yeah. Oh, find child in base scene tree. Let's go. So we have already a problem. The find child in base scene tree, invalid call, non-existent function find child. Great. That's already a great start, but it's not the worst. So you can't find child against seed tree. So you get a scene tree. Okay. Get first node in group. Apparently. Find child. Oh, maybe get root then. Returns the node which not path reference will travel from. Huh? Huh? Returns the node which not path references will travel from. Func tree get root tree item to the trees item or null if the tree is empty. Oh. Okay, so I can do find child on that. Oh. Let's just be sure that if yeah, if terrain not null, then so if terrain not null, then terrain equals terrain.find child. So let's just do that just for a moment because I think it's better. So var root, which will be that. Then we have var terrain, by default it's null, and then we want to do if the root is not null, then we do root find child terrain as the map layer. Okay. Yeah. A bit better. So now it's okay, I guess. So my dampening seems to be working. Yeah, it's actually changing depending on the... Okay. It's fucking aggressive though, but it's working as intended, I think. It's aggressive, and I know why it's aggressive, but it's okay. We have something. My question is it... Can I draw something on the terrain? I want to draw like the tiles that are affected so I can see them. That would be cool. So I could actually just see the tiles. Can I put a rectangle on the tile map? So let's see, Godot, draw, so put tile on tile map as at runtime. I'm sure it's possible. Paste tile into time map at runtime. Magician define tiles and enter a region of tile in the system. So basically set cell, this menu is used to set the control of a single cell in the specific position. You need to provide the grid coordinates. Okay, so I can actually just draw a pattern myself and then have it work. And that's the possibility that I'm not against. Then how the fuck do you draw a pattern though? That's the real question. I think I'm not using that a lot throughout the level, so I would like to be able to define the pattern here, and then I can actually make it work. So erase it to pattern. Drag and drop a tile map here to store a pattern. Or paste a tile map here to store a pattern. Oh, I need to define a pattern myself. Okay, let me change type to a tile map layer. I want to create, so tile set, the tile set will be not a new tile set, I want to load a tile set which is levels, tile set contrast. The pattern will be just that. And then if I do the pattern, let me drop that. Drag and drop. Or paste the tile map selection here to store the pattern. So if I do that, I can select that. So I can just do that, for example, and do that. That's my pattern. So yeah, don't save. My question now, we have a pattern. At least we're supposed to. So I have a pattern here. How do I access the fucking pattern? Time up layer, set pattern, time map pattern. There was also the cell up and book of a time map. This was also a set of cells to help block manipulation of time map. A time pattern was at 0, 0 coordinate. You can now have a cells with negative coordinates. Or the pattern to be copied paste into time maps. Okay, my question is how do I access this pattern that I define here? So then I can actually use it. That would be great to know. Because then I can actually test. Index 0. Can I get the pattern of the tile set directly? Because you can get the tile set of the time map, right? I can get the tile sets. So the tile set is a tile set. Do we have the list of tile of patterns? Like add pattern, get pattern index. Okay, so it's done. So I have the solution for that. So if I want to update it for the dampening here, because we do the dampening, so for the map here, yeah, so we do the dampening here, and I have get custom cell data. Okay, and so you want to be able to do terrain, so I just want the pattern here, so let's just do var pattern just for a test here. So my pattern will be terrain.get tile set, or just tile set, I think. Tile set.get pattern at position 0, so we know it. And then now, when we here before reducing, I want to do terrain.set pattern. And set pattern as the position, so the position will be tile and pattern, just so we have an idea. I assume it will put the pattern. Apparently not. So I assume it would actually put the pattern on the ground. It's not. That's interesting. I'm setting the pattern, but it's nothing is actually doing it, which is great. So the pattern is not getting done. Yet I have a pattern, right? Like if I go into terrain, pattern here, which is index 0. So we have a pattern, which is just a brick. Like we just that. And yet nothing is drawn. Do you need to do something with set pattern? That's a good question, because I think you do. Set pattern. Paste the pattern to a given position in the tilemap. See also get pattern. Tilemap pattern given call. Creates and returns a new tilemap pattern from the given array of cells. Also set pattern. Paste the tilemap patterns at the given position in the tilemap. A batch and then at the end of the frame connecting this function. Okay. So it's not setting my fucking pattern. Why? Why don't you want to set the fucking pattern on the terrain? I want to see the pattern appear so I know if you're actually using the good tile or if you're bullshitting me. That's the first thing. I want to know that. You know what? I think the easiest way to know, instead of just doing this awful stuff that I'm doing, let's just simplify and just do it easily. So we have our friend here. The monster is there, so I want the first monster. I want the path. So I want to clear the path. I want the position in the path to be like here, I think. Okay, so that would be there. So it's just behind the monsters, alright? No, I want to know. So where is my path? Just so I have position. The position of the path is there. So it's around here. Which means the monster will be there. If I start moving, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I go up, I think it looks like that. So we need to count into that around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 7 normal dampening and 1 wall dampening. That's what we need to see in the array. That's the thing I need to see. So before I do that, we print the damp, but what I want to do is I want to print the dampening map. So print dampening map, just so we have the thing. So let's try that. So shall we? I just wait and then I move. Did I save? I think I did not. I'm supposed to have like a dampening map print. Okay, so apparently terrain is null. That's maybe why it's not working. That's maybe why. So terrain is null. Why? You can't find the terrain? In the child node? Seriously? It's recursive, right? Yeah. Oh, owned. Oh, yeah, okay. That's why. Because it's asking if it's owned. Okay. So true, false. You don't necessarily own it. Trying to assign an array of type array to a variable array vector 2i. We're getting somewhere. We find the terrain. And terrain is not null. We're getting somewhere. So now, add function get depending 45. So at 45, cool. So go to 45. So we want to connect an array which is not, which is an array of vector 2. Yeah, let's just do that. It's fine. Let's just do that because yeah, the map. Oh yeah, I know why. Because the map is annoying. Yeah. Let's just consider it like that. I think it's fine. Oh my god. Because yeah, because otherwise then filter also returns an array, and it's not really an array that is typed. So that's why it's and so here as array of float, just so we simplify it. At the end, we just send it as an array of float. And indeed doesn't match the representation level. Cool. Because it needs to be there as array float. My bad. That doesn't make sense. Okay. So as array of floats. What the fuck? I can't do that. And I'm gonna, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna define that it works. Fine. That's it. I don't care. So now we do it again. No. Actually. What? What? Okay. Trying to return when we're expected to return type of array float. Of course, I need to do that. Fuck. Okay, so I can't do it like that. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, you did nothing. Fuck. Okay. So var result return. Yeah, I know. Return results as array float. You can do that now, can you? Trying to return an array of type array where expected return is array float. Where? A function get depending map. That's the Can I just have it like... Can I update... Okay. Go to map change type of... The typing in GDScript is such a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, I know GDScript is dynamically typed by default, but it's a pain in the ass that it is. That's my problem. So yeah. Fuck. Yeah. I want to be able to return directly the type. That would be cool, because I'm already giving you a function. You're supposed to know what is the function. Otherwise, it should not work. Then it's a pain, because if I return an array and the array is not typed, then what happens is I have this problem. So I need to fix the type here. That's such a fucking pain in the ass. I hate it. I hate it. The map, so that's the map we get. And what I want to do is I want to do var results, which will be an array of floats. Let's just do that. It's fine. I don't care. I think that's the thing I need to do. It's okay. So map. I can map, which would be fun. But yeah. For x in map, what we do is we do results. So if x is float, results dot push back x, and then we return the results. Yeah. Can I do that? Is it possible to do that? That would be great. So we have 303. Interesting. Can I change the... That's a good question. Can I just then do the pattern and stuff? Just so I see. But yeah, it's fixed. It's fixed. Fuck me, it's fixed. So yeah. Here we do it with the tile, right? Yeah, we do it with the tile. So I want to also do terrain dot set pattern of. So the position will be tile, and then it's terrain. Oh yeah, okay. Terrain tile set dot get pattern 0. Easy. And now if we do that. This works. So yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty much repainting everything, but you get the idea. It works. Wow, I did not. What? I did not think it would. Like on the first try. I mean, I've been working for 2 hours though. It's not long. Honestly, it's not that long. Yeah, okay, so go to crashed. Fine. Like, cool. It's like it works. Oh, I'm surprised that my thing works. It doesn't work exactly as intended, but now I can actually update that. But it works. Also, Godot is having such a hard time loading, but that's because of some recording, I know. But it works. It fucking works. Like, what? It... Really? My thing work? On the... I'm not on the first try, but on the first stream? Nah. It can't be. My thing work. And it's elegant? Really? Like, really? Oh my god. It actually works. That is insane. It works. Wow. Sure. I don't know what to say. Okay, so I thought it would be harder to do. Honestly, I thought it would be harder to do. But I would say, strong with the knowledge of how I made the vision system and the managers and stuff, I made something that is elegant, that works. And it works well, actually. Wow. Wow, that's insane. I'm really happy about it. I also really like the the reactive way of doing stuff. It's so good. The subscribe stuff, the reactive way is great. So I'm really happy. I thought about that. Reactive programming is a really interesting topic, by the way. But yeah, and I think that's how object-oriented programming should be, by using reactive programming. But that's me. So beside that, that is like, okay. If you take everything, like, this is annoying, but the rest works. We have actually the tile, the dampening per tile. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Actually, that's cool. There is nothing I can say. That's just cool. Like, oh, that's great. And we have actually the tiles like working. So now if I do that, just so I know. So sometimes it's 0, but it's okay. I think the dampening is working. I don't even need to change it. I thought about changing it, but it's not really useful. Why would I? I have the volume here. Volume is 0 because I'm too far away, so he can't hear me. And then I have the... Yeah. I could then modify that with the hearing level, so we know how the monster hears. So we have a threshold and a level, but I can just do that in the monster. And then we're Gucci. Like... Yeah. Yeah, I think we have... So yeah. I think we have something that is good. So let me just do something. Because I'm getting tired of that. So export group, which will be damages. Here. I want that. Export group, which will be hearing. And here, which will be export group, which will be speed factors. So even the can here is also in the hearing. This should be there. So, and this should be export group miscellaneous, just so we have that. If I get into the first monsters, we have damages, hearing, speed factors, miscellaneous, so that's great. I like that. Can hear, so you can't hear anyway. Now, I want to add something else, so which is just the hearing level, which will be by default, I don't know, 35, let's just do it like that, it's fine. So we want to be no suffix because we're not using suffix anyway, so let's just do that. We want greater, we want to go for 0.5, the max would be 100, I think. Let's just start 0.5, and the level, the min should be 1 though, by default, because yeah, I think we don't need all greater. I think multiplied by 100 is a lot. Let's just do it like that. 35 is okay. So you want to have volume times hearing level. So defines the hearing level of the monster. This level increases the sound, so the volume of every sound heard. So hearing level defines the hearing level, so volume increases the volume of every sound heard. So yeah, at some point you just can't hear anything, it's okay, but yeah. So in that case, I should be able to see that, but apparently, oh yeah, no, because it can't hear anyway. So yeah. So yeah, the level is just ridiculous at that point. It doesn't really change a lot because dampening is still happening before. I don't think that's useful then because dampening is still happening. So no matter what, I have the level that is more like something, yeah, the dampening is still happening. So I think my problem here is that how did I define that? Action times hearing level minus action times hearing divided by 2 times dampening. That's how I did that, so you still hear something. Yeah, I think what I can do though is I can actually change. I clamp it, but I don't think I need to. I can just return damp. So in that case, I think I can actually simplify and just return that. And here I can return that. So this should be before. This should be useless. We don't change that. So now when we do the monster can have like volume plus hearing level, which is just the increases of that. So we have the level, and at some point yeah. So here is small. The level is high though, so 35 is already a high level. Just it gives me an idea. It's just important, I think. But yeah, let's just put it at 10 by default. I think it's good that it's at 10. It's just like a modifier for the sound, so you can have it 0 if you want. It's okay. Not 1. I put it at 1, I think, by default, but I think 0 is the default. You can just say like it's on a 0, and then you can increase it. But yeah. Hearing level should be 0. Why? Why are you this way? Why must you fail me so often? Yeah, it should be 0. Yeah. Okay. That's great. And then I get the volume here. So now I can know if you are under the threshold and stuff, then we get the volume. So this is great. I just want to put here a to-do. Implement actions when hearing the player. Okay. But now we have something that works. Actually, something that works great. Oh my, I'm so fucking happy. It's not finished. I need now to implement the actions for the monsters and modify the behavior of the monster with that. But, it's done. It works. So let's just add the new things that I did. I changed some stuff here. So yeah, it's just, okay, project Goodwill, we have that. So yeah, I'll just do that. This is easy. It. Hearing, add hearing manager and hearing mechanic to the game, and hearing mechanic to the enemies in the game. Easy, easy, easy. My god, my man. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Oh wow, I've been productive. That was a long stream, but I'm productive. I'm so happy with that. It's working. You know that after I'm done with all of these systems, most of my game development streams will be like drawing stuff and creating the levels. So, did I ever shoot the time I needed to make this game? Maybe not. I mean, we'll see. I still need to make a lot of systems regardless. But for the moment, my systems all seem to work according to plan. And I'm happy with that. That's cool. That's really cool. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm happy. So, yeah. It's starting to get late. I need to take a bath because I'm stinky. So I'm gonna bid you farewell. I'll see you tomorrow. We will continue the hearing system. In that case, we will actually implement the behavior for the monster when they hear a sound and what they do when they hear a sound, etc. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff I want to do because we need to do it. But yeah. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, 2030 CEST, for this fantastic gaming system. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic evening, and see you tomorrow. Bye!